Welcome to Reflect on This. Hello, I am Johnny Henshaw. This is the podcast version of devotionals I send to my family and friends. In these devotionals, I share the things I'm learning about the ways and nature of God through applying my study of the Scriptures to the world around me. And don't forget to keep listening at the conclusion of today's episode to hear about my recommended resources, such as podcasts that I find helpful and encouraging, books that inspired some of these episodes, and ministries that I want you to know about. So let's get started. Please join me today as we reflect on this. In a previous episode, I shared this quote from Richard Rohr: "If we don't process and transform our pain, we'll continue to pass it on to others. This creates a cycle of suffering." I then posed this question: so how do we break free from this cycle of suffering so we won't continue passing it on to others? The answer lies in facing our pain head on and finding healthy ways to work through it. Transformation begins with acknowledgement, acknowledging the pain we carry and the impact it has on our lives and relationships. I know the reality of this from personal experience. I finally acknowledged to myself that I had a lot of emotional pain from the physical and emotional abuse of my childhood and the associated dysfunctional family patterns. I began to face the pain and work through it. It was only then that I began to be healed and to stop passing along my pain to those I love. In this episode, we will explore the additional biblical steps that I am taking, and we in fact can all take, once we have acknowledged the pain, to begin transforming that pain rather than transferring it to others. Why do I say that transformation begins with acknowledgement? Because this is a practical application of what Jesus said in John 8:32. "You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." Acknowledging our pain and its impact on us and the people around us is simply acknowledging the truth. Jesus said that the truth will set you free. It is the necessary starting point on the road to freedom. The transformation process may involve seeking support from a trusted friend, confidant, or pastor. Christian counseling can provide invaluable guidance and tools to navigate the complexities of our inner struggles and facilitate healing. My personal experience confirms this. Several years of work with a gifted Christian counselor has been truly a game changer for me. God intended for us to live life in community with others for support, help, and encouragement. Galatians 6:2 says, "Carry one another's burdens. In this way, you will fulfill the law of Christ." Receiving help is a reminder that we can't do life on our own. We need others, and we need God, which develops humility in us. 1 Peter 5:6 and 7 says, "Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, so that at the proper time He may exalt you, casting all your anxieties on Him, because He cares for you." We must also own our own poor responses that show up in the pain and confess them as sin. James 5:16 says, "Therefore confess your sins to one another and pray for one another, so that you may be healed. The effective prayer of a righteous man can accomplish much." We must cry out to God for help. Psalms 18:6 says, "I called to the Lord in my distress, and I cried to my God for help. From His temple He heard my voice, and my cry to Him reached His ears." We must ask Him to forgive us, heal our pain, and transform our hearts. Psalms 51:10 says, "Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me." We must search the Scriptures to find verses that describe our sinful tendencies of the flesh, and then find verses that describe the opposite godly character qualities that God desires us to replace them with. Then we must meditate upon these verses each day and allow them to permeate and transform our souls, replacing our heart of stone with a heart of flesh. Ezekiel 36:26. In the end, by transforming our pain, we break free from the cycle of suffering, not only for ourselves, but for future generations. Today, I encourage you to reflect on this. Today's featured resource is the Bible Study software package entitled eSword. This free Bible study software is available for download to a wide range of computers and mobile devices, including Windows and Mac computers, and Apple and Android tablets and phones. The download includes several free public domain resources, including Bibles, dictionaries, commentaries, devotionals, and maps. You can then download from within the eSword program many more free public domain resources. You can optionally purchase whatever copyrighted resources you want to create a powerful study library. One of the greatest benefits of Bible study with this software is the multi-windowed display, so that you can simultaneously have windows open to a Bible translation, a dictionary, and a commentary. They are automatically linked, so that if you select a verse, then the corresponding entry in the selected dictionary and commentary are displayed. You can also easily compare Bible translations by viewing them in parallel windows. For the Bible translations that have embedded Strong's numbers, referencing the corresponding Hebrew or Greek word, you can hover over a Strong's number and a tooltip pops up with the Strong's definition for that word. To learn more and to get a free download of this amazing study tool, on your computer, go to esword.net. That's e-sword.net. On your mobile device, go to your App Store and search for eSword. That's e-sword.